Right, here we go again then, boys. Welcome, everybody, to episode 9 of the DMC live chat on YouTube. I'm PJ from Midlife Models, joined by my co-hosts. Well, 2.5, really, because Martin's having problems with his connection, so it could all go south pretty quickly. But there we go. So we've got Luke from Diecast Outlaws, Laz from Lazi-low Collectibles, and our friend Martin from Martin Dare's Dinky Restorations. Good evening, Luke. You all right, mate?
Good evening, mate. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Laz, voice test.
Yeah.
You all right, bud?
Yeah, all good. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone.
I'm going to say good evening to Martin, but can you hear us all right, mate, at the minute?
Yeah, I can basically hear, bits and pieces, so apologies for that if I disappear and come back and disappear and come back.
That's all right, mate.
So welcome, anybody or everybody.
Excuse me. I'm just making sure that we have gone live because we had a 20-minute conversation last time before I realised I didn't click the live button. So, yeah, we are live this time round.
Yeah.
Don't know how many are in the chat. If it's anybody in the chat, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us an hello, anything, just to prove that you can hear us okay. That'd be great. We're going to fill the first hour with general chit-chat, as we've done before. And then at 9 o'clock, hopefully, all things being equal, and God help us all, we're going to be joined by Paul from Pimp My Diecasts. So hopefully Paul will be here at 9 o'clock. He's working late, so we'll catch up with him later on if he's able to make it. So we'll go around the houses. We'll try Martin first and see what he's been up to. And then we're going to do we've got a bit of time to fill. So, as I say, if you're in the chat, if you've got any questions, it is a live Q&A as we go along at the same time. So let's kick off, and that's enough rambling from me. Martin, what have you been up to, buddy?
Yeah, well, I've been getting this July's work ready. We have I think on the first week, we got a Corgi Express Motorways bus. I think Laz has done one of them recently, the red with a black roof. That came out quite nice at the end of the day. And I've done the 1/64 scale challenge. That's the we've done that one. That's done. And we've got in between that, I'm working on a I'll show you part of it if you can see this. It's the a French Dinky. This is the Pan R24. So I've got to do all the details on that now, and then we're done with that. And then when I get back, I should be working on the 2 Bedford S1 tankers, the milk tanker and the mobile gas tanker. So yeah, it's all go. It's all go. That's what I've been up to.
I know Martin's in his it's his resort.
I'm in my holiday. I'm in my holiday resort. I'm in a tin box. That's why I'm not getting much reception, I'm afraid.
Yeah. So bear with Martin. He's struggling with the signal at the moment up there.
Actually, at the minute it's settled down. Yeah, I can hear you quite clearly at the minute.
You hold on to that signel, son. You hold on to it.
I'm holding on, chaps. I'm grabbing it with both hands.
Hold on tight. Right. Luke, what you been up to, buddy?
This week, or this week's video, last go that I did. Oh, there we go.
Awesome.
Does look nice. I like it.
That's power of the 3D printer. Really happy with the way that come. I'm currently working on the 57 Chevy. Now,
Nice.
as always, I'm going to be customizing this. It's going to be pillarless, this, so that little quarter window there, that's going, because it's quite bulky anyway, and I don't like it. We get rid of that.
Okay.
I'm going to lose this top stripe here. I'm going to lose that. I'll get rid of that, so it'll be just one clean stripe down it.
Yeah.
It's going to be lowered. I'll start a little bit of work on the front grille today. Inside the middle here, there's like a raised piece with a badge and everything. I've got rid of that, and I'm going to make my own grille for the front in there. But it's getting de-chromed, and again, setting my own wheels are going on that.
What brand is that, Corgi Dinky? What is it? That
it's an Ursel, Martin.
Ah, Nurtle, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a like
No
I
wonder
say, it's a
what it
modern
was.
model, but I just thought I'd have a bit of fun with it. Why not? And that's me. That's where I'm up to at the moment.
Oh, thank the Lord for that. We we are live, boys. Just double checking the chat. Good evening,
There we
Kev.
go.
Good evening, Mick. Good evening,
Hi,
Andy.
Kev.
Good to see you, boys.
Yeah,
Easy, Mick. Easy, Mick. All right, buddy.
Thanks for taking the time as always to join us. It's much appreciated. So we might have a bit of a touch on the 3D printing as a bit of a time filler because it was not a topic that we were going to cover in our chapters going forward. So it might be tonight we have a half an hour on that just while we're filling time for JMO. Laz, good to see you back, mate. Obviously, what you been up to, mate?
I just completed this one, but there will be no video. I've lost my phone, so I've lost my footages. But I just completed this one. It's a Matchbox 1-64 Ford police car. I put some new decals and new glass.
Nice out, lad.
So that's done. Thank you. And I've got a few cars on the go. I've got two Corgi toys, Jeep FC 150s, and two Matchboxes, one Aston Martin and one not Zephyr, Zephyr.
Zephyr, good lad.
Thank you.
Well done.
So one Zephyr, and I have a few other cars which I started a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, I from the latest unboxing video from Friday, I've got loads of cars to complete, so there will be a lot of Corgi toys, Dinky toys coming to the channel.
Nice one. Before I say what I've been up to, Kev's saying, if you guys want to know, I've done a Matchbox Super Kings Jaguar banger. Oh dear, he's done another Jag, Martin.
I know, Kev. I'm not. Matchbox is all right with because they're not very good.
And I'm currently working on
just to interrupt you a second there. Mr. Ian Hulley has just joined the chat. And he's saying, "Evening, guys."
Good evening, Ian.
Good evening, man.
He won't come up. It won't come up, lad, because he can't on his setup. He can't comment on videos. So he's texting me as he goes along. Too. All right.
I take it Ian can hear us, Martin. Is yeah?
So, evening, Ian. All right, mate.
Right. Ian, by all means, if you've got any questions, please feed them through Martin. I know you've got some questions. Possibly, was it for Luke or Laz, one or the other? We've also been joined by, I'm going to get this wrong, so I do apologise. Godruta Istrate. Good evening. I'll give it a go, I'll give a name a go. If it'll all go south eventually, bite me in the butt, but there you go. Godruta Istrate.
Good evening.
Welcome and good evening. Now, so apologies to the guys for last night. We had nothing but technical problems with the tavern last night. So apologies to Kev. I know that you tried to get back on, Kev. It all went Pete Tong pretty quick last night. So hopefully we'll try and get it sorted out by next Friday. Kev is saying, if you guys want to know, I've done a Matchbox Super Kings Jaguar banger. And Martin's on twice now. You can't get enough. Can't get enough Martin there, can you? There you go.
Oh, two of me. Oh my God, I've got a doppelganger.
I will finish this off, Kev. I'm sorry. Matchbox Super Kings Jaguar banger, and I'm currently working on a Matchbox Super Kings Volvo estate with a Corgi caravan.
Nice.
Mickey's saying, I finished a Jag XJS. Well done, Mick. Oh, bloody hell, another Jag. They're piling on you, Mark. They're piling on you, mate. What can I say? Right, so me, I've actually started a video. It's been a while, and I'm currently doing now 2 Jerry Anderson Interceptors. So this one has been stripped and polished, and this one's just come out of the caustic soda today. I found a new brand of caustic soda that I mentioned to Martin last night, which I haven't got here. Also, I would show you, but the stuff is lethal. It stripped one of these, and these are big models in 90 seconds. It was like the piranha, Martin said like last night. It was like the piranha of caustic soda. It just ate it up and spat it out. So thank you very much. Put something else in. So what I intend to do is to do one as the back to the jade green, and then the other one, hopefully, I'm going to try and do as a live studio version. Which, if you're into Jerry Anderson, you'll know that it was white in the TV series, and it was a bit like a suicide weapon, the old Interceptor, because once you'd fired the one bullet, you were goosed because there was nothing else you could fire. That was all it had, one missile. But there you go. And I did say in the video that I needed a lot of. I have said in the video I needed a lot of spare parts, so I've sent off to Steve Flowers, and the spare part. Where's the camera? The spare parts have come today, which is all the skis mark and the two two screens and a pilot, and that little lot. The postage on it was initially £11 because it was costed separately. The postage was stripped down by £5, so it cost me about 33 quid for all the parts.
Yeah. So what colour interior is that one of yours? Because there were two colour interiors, weren't there?
These have both got. Good question. I will mention. There is one thing. I'm glad you mentioned differences, but they've both got a chrome. Seat. But one I'll be doing in black. This whole thing will be done in satin black, and then the other one will be re-chromed like it should be. What I did notice, which is, I won't say it's strange or different, but they're both Dinky toys. They're both the same model. One had posi drive screws in, and one had slotted screws in.
That might have been somebody might have had a go at it before PJ in that respect.
You don't know whether I don't know whether they had one Dinky manufacturing factory or they had multiple factories. I don't know. When at the height of their, production, right? Yeah. So there you go.
But I don't think posi drive screws were used at that time when they were produced anyway. Not that I know of anyway. The most that I've seen are slotted screws. Quite a big head on those as well.
I'm going to say I saved a lot of money by not having to buy the missile, but I brought a 3D printer to print the spare missile. So this is obviously the original there, and we can now, thanks to the AnyQ bit, which is the resin printer, we can print the spares. So I've got a couple of spares now, and that printed in 3 parts, which was the nose cone, a peg in the middle, and the main shaft of the missile. So I've got 2 of those now spare.
Did you, PJ? Did you buy the short rivets for the wing legs, or are you going to do something else?
I'm going to put. Well, I did watch Bob. I know Bob's no longer doing his videos, but Corgi Bob, and Bob screwed his in. I think it was one of the first. It was one of the few where he actually screwed in. So
tiny screws.
Yeah. I've got some little 2mm threaded bolts, obviously. So it's just going to be. I could glue them on and put a false rivet over the top. Is one way of getting around it, and just if you were to grind the head off of a 1-inch nail, you could almost use that as a rivet, and and fill the hole after you drilled a little bit out, and do it that way. So it could be a bit of a cop out cheap, but I'd like to do it as a solid. I'd like to make it solid, so I'll probably end up screwing them on if I can get away with it. It's four very carefully drilled holes, Mark, is where it goes.
Oh, definitely.
Careful. Looking forward to doing it because it's not the most. It looks like there's a lot to it, but it's not the most complicated Jerry Anderson model. I think
it's
the most
quite simple, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Are you doing them both the same video, PJ? Ollie?
Say again, buddy.
Are you doing them both in the same video?
I'm going to split the video up into 1 or 3 episodes, I think. Because
right, okay.
I'd like to put
Series
everything
1.
into it so that I don't miss anything, and it might just string it out. I like to do 15-minute videos if I can get away with it.
Yeah.
Between 10 and 15 minutes. Anything longer than that, people are skipping the content anyway to see what it looks like at the end. And they might just wait for the 3rd episode to come out and see what it looks like after you've done it. So you can't win,
Series
really.
1, Series 1, Episode 1.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
UFO Series 3 that never happened.
Yeah.
The Jerry Anderson Repair Studio. So that was that. I have picked out, I think I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, probably not on here, and Luke has already mentioned Ertl, but I've got a couple of 64 scale Ertl Batmobiles from the 1989
Right, yeah. Nice,
version.
Right.
So I'm going to strip them back, do them hopefully in black satin, but I'm going to change the Bat logo to the yellow and black as opposed to a white and black. It just makes it pop a little bit more.
Yeah.
So that's me. That's
Apparently we're coming over loud and clear. Ian just texted me and said, yeah, you can hear you loud and clear in the chat. So that's cool.
Thank you, Ian. Much appreciated. Any questions in the chat? I don't think so. We've everybody's just saying hello and what have you. So we were talking off air a little bit about this. Martin's going to love this because he's not a 3D printer fan. Well, not fan, but it's not up his street at the minute on his radar. We were talking about, is it worth it? What's involved? If I knew, I wish I knew now what I knew when I brought the PLA printer, and the PLA is like the filament on a spool to make the models, as opposed to the resin printer that me, Luke, Michael from Gravesend Australia, Diecast Salvage, wow, remembered it, and PB from PB Restorations have got. So it's good that we've got 4 setups, all the same, that we can share ideas, plans, and what have you with it. As Luke just said, how easy did you find it, Luke, to get the plans to do your Ford Escort wheels? How quick was you able to get it up and running? How long did it take to print, etc., etc.?
The wheels, I bought them. They were £3. I've got the file, so I can print them now as many times as I want. But the beauty with the slicer, obviously, you can scale it to whatever size you want. But it's not just scaling it. You can have a wider rim, smaller spoke, thicker tire, whatever you want. You can do with it. Make it fit any car. Now the arches for this one, I did design them myself. I did show in the video for this. I'd done some, first of all, when they come out, they were really flimsy. So I went back in and basically beefed them up a bit, and they fitted perfect. About an hour and a half to print the wheels, the front balance and the arches. They were about 40 minutes to print. But
so what did you use? Sorry, what did you use to do the design work on the
FreeCAD?
FreeCAD.
Yeah.
And you've picked that up. Pretty. You hadn't touched that before last week, had you?
No. It's pretty. Once you get your head around it, I just watched a few videos, started having a play, and then don't get me wrong, I've got a lot to learn, but I managed.
Yeah. No, I'm impressed that you got that far that quick. Okay, we've got an echo somewhere. Sorry.
That was my phone ringing. Sorry.
Okay. I was impressed you got that, and them wheels look superb, mate. They really do. Obviously,
can you alter the dish on them wheels, bring them in and out?
Yeah, you can change the J on the wheel. I use lychee slicer. I pay for that each month, but it's absolutely brilliant. It really is. It's good. Once you design your file, you put it over there, and you can play with it as much as you want. Once it's in there, and it's excellent. I wouldn't use anything else. From my personal experience, anyway, I wouldn't.
And is there just so that people know that although you've got the hardware, which is the 3D printer, you've also with the any cubic setup, you have another one that looks exactly the same, but it's a washer and a curer. So once you've printed your model, you take it out, you put it into a bucket, you suspend it in isopropanol. We got that right in first shot, yeah. And it whirls round on a fan-based system for 3 minutes. I think we. How long did you leave yours? How long did you wash yours for, Luke?
Yeah, about like 3 minutes, just on the first setting, yeah.
And then you take that all out, put on a turntable, put your parts on the turntable, and there's like a curing lamp. It almost looks like it's UV. A UV lamp comes on and cures and hardens the parts, and that was another 3 minutes. So it is a two-step process for the hardware. And then with the software, you've got FreeCAD that Luke's just mentioned, which is the design side of things. So you can design your wheels or alter an existing file. And then you've got your slicer, which you instructs the printer what it should be doing and creating the supports and the materials and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now, when you got, I mean, my automatic thought was that the wheels would be flat on the plate, but I noticed that when you got them, they're on a almost like a football ground stadium support system.
I've got something here. These are another set of arches are printed, and we can see them. They're on like scaffolding. Now, the beauty of that bleacher you use, once it's on the bed, obviously you got your 3D view of that model. It'll highlight any red parts of that it needs support. And then you just keep moving it about. Ideally, you want it to get green, but it's not possible. If you're in the yellow and the orange, you'll be all right for printing. Obviously, that's where it attaches to the plate.
Because the theory is you can't obviously print in midair, so that's
no.
You've got to have a support there to print to.
The only one failed print I had was the little on here. The little wing mirrors, when I first did them, they're only tiny.
Yeah.
And what they did, they collapsed in to the support. And they used the supports were too heavy. That I put there. So I lightened the support and then he printed well. But one failed print in like I must have printed about 20 different wheels off. One failed print.
Yeah.
I've done well. Yeah.
We did say that once you got into it, you wouldn't be able to leave it alone, and it's on the go. There are.
Sorry, PJ, for interrupting. I'm currently working on in FreeCAD a full body kit for this and wheels. They're over SD1. That'll be coming to the channel soon, but obviously I'm still designing the parts for that. I'll get round to it.
So you're going all. Who was the company that used to customise Ford cars? Cosworth. You're going all Cosworth on all your vehicles?
No, I wouldn't say Cosworth. But I want a full kit, but I want to try and rather than just putting in just round arches, I want to try and widen the car with the front wings and rear wings, but keeping the same shape. That's what I try.
I think the challenge might be then, Luke, to do a Zach Speed Capri.
Yeah, do the same.
Wide body Zach Speed Capri. I think there's a model kit out, 1/24 scale model kit of a Zach Speed Capri.
That'd be nice.
That's a big fat car. That is. Yeah.
You know what, Martin? Good thinking there. I'll have to go and get the model.
You can do it on that 120, 124 with the big one, the big Capri you just recently did.
124, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. You can get the wheels, print the wheels for that. Yeah.
Good evening to, good morning, in fact, to one daft mad Aussie, Michael. Good morning, Michael.
Evening, Michael.
Good to see you in the chat there, mate. There we go. So anything else going on? Yeah, anything else going on that we should know about? And
Yeah, I think what was I say on the subject of wheels? I think some nice standard English steel rims. You know, with the because I know the Corgi and Dinky do like that similar looking wheel, but you know the standard like you get on a standard car.
Yeah.
Just a steel wheel with the little holes in, and then the hubcap goes over the top, and you still see the perforated holes around the outside edge. Just a standard steel wheel, you know.
Yeah.
That'll be handy because the Corgi and Dinky look right, but they just got that little bit missing on the wheel side of things, you know.
Well, I've got a file for them, Martin. So if you want, like I say, I'm going to do some wheels anyway. I'll throw some of them in.
Just chuck me any wheels, Luke. You know what I mean? I'll make use of them and I'll whack them on something, you know.
Yeah, I will do, mate. Well,
there we go. I'd just like to spend some time going over, sharing a screen and watching what you're doing, Luke, just to get an idea how you use it.
You wouldn't want to do that, PJ.
No, it's not the tavern. Remember, it's not the tavern. Andy's saying I'm planning to do decals to put over standard wheels like I did the rear lights on my BMW.
You done a lovely job of them, you know. You did.
All right, okay.
Is Andy here?
He's not watched it.
Andy, thank you very much for the decals and the cars. I put them into the video, this Friday video.
How can you get decals so right, but you get majorette so wrong? I can't believe that.
If you want decals, that
yeah, good to see. Andy's spot on with his decals.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah,
decals, decals, stickers.
No, it's a good idea you come up with for them backlights you did on that Beamer. They look really good when he finished it. He did.
It was. Apologies, Andy. I have to be honest because I haven't seen it. Like Luke's tearing me to pieces here. Talk about being embarrassed by you friends. You know what I mean? Was it what scale was the vehicle? Was it a 123?
143, I think.
Okay, so you got something to go at. I mean, you get down to the 164 scale, and then you're really struggling to add a lot of detail. I know Laz does things like he'll do headlights and brake lights. 143. Thanks, Andy. Yeah, I know. Andy, what was I saying? Sorry, Laz does the brake lights and indicators and stuff like that, reversed in lights. But that's pretty much as far as you can go in it, Laz, with a 164 scale.
Yes, yeah, they're small.
Even Andy, I didn't know you was in there, mate. So even up, mate.
Yeah.
Well, I do like to add those lights because they look better.
Yeah.
I don't do all the time, really. I mean, sometimes I do. I try to do a proper restoration. Then I don't put. I just put a card. If he has stickers or decals, then I just put them on and I leave it. And if it looks original, then I don't put any details. But normally I do because they look better.
I'm going offline in a few minutes. No worries, Andy. Thanks for joining us, mate. It's much appreciated. Hopefully, we'll try and get the tavern working again next week. It's caused. To say I was a little bit frustrated last night is it's understatement. I was furious last night with Facebook and Messenger. It didn't work well for anybody, and I know the guys do the best to try and get online on a Friday night. If you haven't, we've just lost Martin. Having said all, every time I mention connection, Martin just disappears. No worries, Andy. We'll still be here. We're kind of kicking his heels and filling time a bit for Paul. Hopefully, if he can join us in around about half an hour. So, by all means, if anybody's got any questions, please join in. Laz has said good evening in the private chat. Good evening, Laz.
I did private. because I cannot put anything into the comments because I need to join the chat, then connect you. And if I can't, you are from here. So
yes, Mark was saying curses. My 3D printer is still in its box. Get your finger out, lad. Come on now.
I thought he'd had it, not another play with it by now.
He's had longer than the rest of us to
Yeah,
get it
he
up.
got it before all of us.
I know. Yeah.
No,
He couldn't wait to get his
excuse
hand on that VAT form. Did you see the VAT form, Luke, last night?
Yeah, I've seen it when he was first looking at. He's got a hell of a setup there now, and
it's going to turn into like a restoration lab, isn't it? It's going to. It's like you go through a mountain and there's doors open up, and you go down through, 30 levels till you get to the restoration lab.
I'm looking forward to that 3D scanner he's bought to see what he can create with that. That's going to be handy tool, that is.
So what we've got to do really is, if we come up with a new idea of how to do something, is to get Michael to buy it and try it first.
yeah.
If you check the DMC chit chat, you'll see that I have a solution for the DMC tavern. Yeah, be careful with that because I tried it, Michael, and it didn't work. So don't spread it too far and wide. When I tried to scan the QR code, which is another complication if you're on a desktop. You are the mad experimenter. Yeah. There is that. Bless him. But he does try. Thankfully, he helped find solutions. Play apps. I'm sorry. Is Graham play apps? Anyway, good evening, play apps. I missed that one. I missed play apps. So good evening, welcome back, mate. I know you've joined us for several episodes now. We're on. I can't believe we're on episode 9 already. Where has the time gone? Plans, right? Plans of what's coming up. What you got coming up, Laz? Anything? I know we spoke about what you're working on now. What have you got coming up in the future? Anything major you want to share?
Well, I would like to restore all of these corgis and dinkies I had from in this video Friday. I would like to do all of them, especially the dinky lorries. And I just realized that this box is here. I mean, I've got things like this. This is the Matchbox BP Explorer.
Explore the white one, yeah.
Yeah, and the white this is the second time paint stripping, and it's still not coming off.
Just goes to show you, don't it? With paint stripping, it can be a right.
And this is one of the Jeeps. This is the one I resprayed this morning with the second coat of primer. So I put this back to the paint stripper. Yeah, yellow, third time paint stripping. Still
yellow is a biatch of a colour to
somebody but they so deep and it's in the diecast as well.
Just give that a bit of a wire brushing to get all them flakes off. Might help you a little bit. Yeah.
The dumper truck, Matchbox king size or super kings. And actually, I just did show it to Luke today while we had that private chat. That how disgusting is the flap door?
Bad, mate.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's really bad quality for flowers. It's not up to the standard. It's not here. I think I put it somewhere else. And I've got not the Zephyr, the Zephyr.
The Zephyr. Well said, lad. Well said. I'm proud of it. You're gonna be a proper South Derbyshire lad. You are when we've done. Yeah.
So I'm going to polish this up tomorrow and put the primer on again. This is Matchbox.
What colour are you going with on the Zephyr?
If you remember, I posted that video. You know the Austin Atlantic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
I'm gonna put that blue in this one. I did already, but the bonnet, the roof, and the boot lid went cracked. The side was okay. So yeah, strange.
Because I Added you into the DLC Taverner's Retreat and made you an administrator. Ooh. Okay. So it looks like we've lost. I know he'll probably try and get back on again. Michael, are you in a fit state to join us to make up? If I say make up a foursome for when JMO gets here, that just sounds 7 levels of wrong. You know, no.
It'll be happy.
You have to be in the tavern to understand what the devil we're talking about. But it's he'll be a happy man, yeah, as Luke says. Yeah, you're more than welcome to join us, Michael. It's up to you. It seems like we've lost Martin for the time being. I'll give you a chance to put a shirt on, lad, and whatever, get a cup of coffee down your neck. Luke, so what future plans, Luke? What you got coming up? I'm desperately trying to fill time here. So
yeah, you've seen the Sherry and the main one I'm working on. Obviously, it's going to take time at the moment. Is that Rover SD1? I just want that to be just different. But it's just design and everything.
Like yourself.
No,
I'm serious about seeing. Just having
Let's see.
I'm pretty serious about having a look over your shoulder when you're doing these in FreeCAD.
What's a set of date?
Yeah. Because if I can get I know it's kind of starting with blocks and removing parts of the block, and it's kind of the gist of what it is. It's adding and removing material.
You do with that 3D scanner of Michael's, it'll make it much easier. It would. But there's a lot of curves and shapes to it. To get it how I want it. I might even turn it into a two-door yet. I don't know.
I'm going to...
Not 100% sure where I'm going to go with it yet.
Michael, a link. We'll try and get Michael on the line from Australia, bless him. But he had problems last night as well, so this can go south as well. It's all live, folks. This is all live. This is Friday night all over again. There's Michael there. I'm going to send you a message, Michael.
While you are setting them up, I currently have 1,993 subscribers. I've got 7 subscribers.
Oh, you marketing. Oh, you! I can't believe you pulled that stunt. I only need another 1,600, and I'll caught you up.
And I'm thinking what to do for 2K. Shall I do a giveaway? One of the cars I want to do. Shall I do a giveaway video or something?
I think you could mix it. You could give away a shirt because you've got your Lazi-low collectibles shirts.
I can do. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, you must have loads of them left.
It must have, because I think.
No, I don't have any. If somebody needs it or I want to give away, I need to print one. But it's done in about 2-3 days.
There is no way I'm going on midlife models with a Lazi-low collectibles T-shirt. It's just not happening, I'm afraid.
But my T-shirt needed to Spain and Portugal.
Not until I've got some printed. No, we'll tell you what we'll do. I'll get some midlife models ones done, and we'll swap T-shirts, and then we'll do our own video, and people will be completely confused, going, "What's that? It doesn't look like Laz at all."
Yeah. Did you read on Facebook what Mike put that he's in Spain in the morning, and in the afternoon he went to Portugal with my T-shirt, the white one, and. PB from Peter from PB Retro Restoration.
I saw he said it's the merch. Yeah.
He said, "Wait, is the Lazi-low collectibles merch T-shirt?"
Andy's at 100. Andy's doing well. He's 628 subscribers. Well done, mate.
Well done, Andy.
Look, you got up to 1,000 very quick.
I'll probably be below that soon. Lads, I keep losing them for some reason.
I've heard it's because he does an exceptional paint job on his vehicles.
That's not right. If we go below 1,000 again, that's it. YouTube's gone.
be honest with you, I did lose 3 another day, but sometimes you lose a subscriber or 2, and then the next day it comes back.
Yeah, I think I lost 7 today, and I lost 4 yesterday.
Yeah, well, yeah. It can be the system, can be YouTube, but I think they will look again tomorrow. They might come back. But you see, also I think it's very important, as Martin said as well, if you have a regular day when you post your videos, because
Michael's put a T-shirt on. God bless him.
Mine did go out early this week, last because I was away on Tuesday, so I uploaded it early. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Good evening, Michael.
Let's do a voice test because this is how bad it went last night. Michael, can you hear me?
I can certainly hear you.
There we go.
I found
Jesus for that.
I found the solution to what the problem was. I'm talking to you on the tablet where I could not hear you guys yesterday, and all I did was switch a browser. So if we have the issue again for StreamYard where we can't do anything, switch your browser to either Firefox. If you're using Firefox, switch over to Chrome.
I think this is going completely off topic for what we're on about, but Michael's, bless him. I think me and Michael do so much. We forgot about restoration. We're doing that much testing on browsers and Messenger and blah, blah, blah. So thank you, my friend, for giving it a go. I did have a look at the Signal app for the desktop, and even though you want it for the desktop, it says you need to scan the QR code on your mobile phone. And I thought, here we go. So I scanned the QR code, and it said no data available. So that was it. The phone ended up the other side of the room.
That's all right. Yeah. So if you read in the chit chat, well, actually, I sent it to Fraser because Fraser's on it, and Mick Manley is on it.
Mr. Bears.
If they can get on it, everybody else here can get on it. Even Martin there will be able to get on it with a little helping hand, maybe, right? Because I had to give Fraser a helping hand by sending him some links for him to read. With Mick Manley, all I had to do was ask him for his phone number.
Right. Yeah, it sounds like you're talking through a windsock at the minute, Michael. But thank you for jumping in, mate.
Right. I may have my voice up a little bit, and I'm just turning off all the other devices that may be linking in.
Martin's jumped back online. Are you good, Martin? Have you got?
Well, I've done a few adjustments with the hammer. So we'll see. So if Michael stays on, if that's okay with you, just in case I have to cut out again.
Yeah, well, you'd gone for quite a while, so I thought you might have gone. I thought you might have took the Martin Deere approach to repairing it, and it hit the caravan wall.
I mean, obviously, I'm going to keep trying, but I bought the box now into this room. So at the minute, you're sounding clear.
Yeah, clear as
so yeah, if it does cut out any time again, then I'm a very patient person up to a certain point.
A lot of boys had a lot more patience than I did last night because I was listening big time. It's not something I'm proud of. But there you go.
PJ, if you PM me or do the private call with me after we've finished with the live chat, it'll only take a couple of minutes.
Okay, we'll have a go.
You'll see how it goes.
I don't want to poo-poo on something that might help us out. So, well, yes, Michael, thank you. We'll do that. Just picking up on some of the chat. Andy saying I'm at 628 subscribers. I think I already covered that, but well done, Andy.
Kev, well done, mate.
Kev Spanger Races.
Evening, Kevin.
I've got a Siku Ford Granada Estate for the 1/64 scale challenge. I've
Nice.
completed my entry. You smart boy. I'm trying not to swear because I'm a foul-mouthed devil on a Friday night. I've completed my entry for the Paint It Blue. What? You've done the 164 scale challenge and you've done the Paint It Blue challenge, and I've got my entry for the Land Rover challenge in work at the moment.
He's done well.
A busy boy.
Well done, Kev. You're a bit of a legend there, mate. Well done. And he's only got 376 subscribers. Please, for the love of God, subscribe to Kev's channel.
Yeah, but
He's done 3 challenges. God bless him.
he shouldn't say I only got 376. It's a lot, 376.
It is.
Yeah.
Well,
I had to get my mum to create 400 of her own accounts to get me up there, you know. So
it's taken me three and a bit years to get 459.
yeah, Michael's overtook me, but I think that might have to do with the amount of videos one of us puts out and the amount of videos one of us doesn't put out. I think that might be the problem.
True. Now there's something I could say, but I'll leave it for
You'll leave it for another day. Leave it for another day.
I'll leave it for the tavern.
What we will do
The tavern is all about.
What we will do is
It is this, but it's on the naughty side. So if you want to see the true behind the scenes events, you'll need to come into the DMC tavern.
Lord above, we lose so many people like that.
No. You'll find that you'll get more people. It's just like the adult 3D printer.
Oh, don't! Oh, yes. I did. Well, I'll say this. I'll say this much, Michael. I'll say this much, and I won't take it any further. But you did send me a model.
I did.
From that print, from that site, and I was thinking, I can't wait to print that out and paint it.
That is the reason I sent it to you.
So
I've resisted so far. It's like an adult version of Warhammer or World of Warcraft. It's just wow. Crossed with Elvira, really.
It's that group is similar in theme to like what we are, so to speak. They've got a weird sense of humour, some of them in there, but you also get to learn a fair bit in there as well.
Lord above, he's a little bit early. I'm hoping he's just about got his mic sorted out. I can see he's trying to connect. We'll just hold fire. Well, hold fire, and here he is. Here's the boy himself, our guest of honour.
J-Mo.
J-Mo.
J-Mo, how are you, buddy? Sweaty.
Yeah.
Sweaty Betty. Right.
Sweaty Betty.
Right.
Because she works on sewage farm.
Bit of the Matt lads for the lads that know. I will remind everybody gently, we're not in the tavern. We're on YouTube. So
yeah, I know.
Be careful. Be gentle.
I cleaned it up. I didn't go any further.
No, you're looking good. You're looking good. And what I have to say is, thank you for doing this with us, mate. I know you've been to work and it's been a bit of a day for you. So
it's not been a bad day actually today, compared to last week.
Okay, so
I quite enjoyed it.
You tell us when you're good to go, mate, and we'll start belting you with some questions and
right. No worries.
Nothing complicated. It's all stuff that most of us have learned something off you, so it's not that complicated.
Your name and address.
Yeah. Your name, address, your bank account number will be the first question, obviously.
Three-digit number on the rear.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. On your rear of your card. On your rear of your card, mate.
Yeah.
All righty, here we go. Question 1, Paul. What inspired you to... I'm never going to call you Paul again because that just sounds wrong. I started calling him J-Mo years ago and it stuck, so that's where we're going. What inspired you to become a diecast restorer? And how did you develop your skills in this niche? I know probably the answer to the second part of the question, but what inspired you to become a diecast restorer?
Really, if I go back, it goes back to when I was a kid, because I had loads of battered cars. And on a Sunday back in the heady days of the 70s, when it was bad weather, they always showed the film The Battle of Britain. So I used to sit in front of the fire with my mates on the old fire hearth, get the umbral paints out and paint the battered ones up. That's probably the ones I'm restoring now.
Yeah,
I've
restoring the
actually,
ones that I restored before.
I have actually restored one of the ones on my channel that I painted with one of my mates back in the 70s.
Right.
I could put it back to how it should have been. But more recently, I've got into it more recently. About, what, 20 years ago, I bought a job lot off eBay. And one of them was the, Buick Riviera.
Yeah.
I did the other week. I restored it ages ago. And I weren't sure what I was doing. It was glued together with arrowdite and everything. So I stripped it down, did it proper.
Arrowdite, there's a name from the past, Arrowdite.
Oh yeah, there's two areas. It goes back to when I was a kid, one of the things I did as a kid. And also more recently.
But I know you've got a bit of an engineering background as well, so that would be where your skills would have come into play, I guess. A modelling background as well.
Yeah, when I went for an interview once, they asked me what I made at work. I said mostly inappropriate remarks and screw ups. But yeah, I used to. I've worked I was brought up in an engineering background. My dad were an engineer. My mate's dad were that I used to pal out with, and
I've just realised what it is. It's like having our own DMC version of Roy Chubby Brown. It's what it is.
And this is toned down.
And this is and I can attest to that.
But yeah, with my mate's dad, he used to have a lathe in his shed, and we used to learn how to use it, and
all right,
we used to do stuff up. And eventually, I never went to college or out. My mate went to college, but I used to do the hand-eye coordination because I'm artistic, and I used to do the finishing off stuff like the deburring and everything. Right. And I made compressors and air compressors. They were known as the Rolls Royce of air compressors. They were called fluid air. They were a hydrogen, which is like it's sort of similar to a rotary engine like on the Mazda, except it's being used to compress air. And I've worked in the aviation background as well, doing aerospace engineering.
So question 2, can you share, now just before we go any further, JMO's got kind of three branches to his skills. He does painting, he does model making, and he does diecast restoration, amongst probably many other things he does. There are multiple branches that he covered, and I think he's got a shaky hands shed is for the railway side of things.
The model railway one.
Yeah. So can you share some of the most challenging restoration projects you've worked on, and how you overcame the difficulties?
I've done all sorts. I've done real cars, but thinking about diecasts. And there's none I really view as challenging because I just sit down in a methodical way.
Yeah.
And I'm one of them that can remember as I'm stripping it down how it goes back together.
Yeah.
Unless I drop it and parts pog off everywhere.
We've all been there. We've all been there. Some.
Yeah.
Then you don't get the chance to see where they go. But I've always, with my engineering background, I've always just worked methodically on it.
Oh, okay.
I watch what's coming out, where it's coming out. And basically, when you assemble, you just go in reverse direction.
No right or wrong answers. It's basically what.
No.
Yeah. What suits you?
Because sometimes you're adding parts anyway, or removing them, so you have to work out how them parts go in. Or...
How do you put that back?
Yeah.
Question 3. I'm going to ask question 3, then we'll see if the boys have got any questions they'd like to ask you. Although I suppose they probably know you as well as I do now.
Well, yeah.
What types of diecast models do you specialise in restoring? And do you have a favourite era or brand that you enjoy working with?
100%. I'm 100% Corgi 60s stuff.
Good lad.
But I enjoy anything interesting as well.
But you've done multiple models in the past just to do some of the challenges with us, haven't you? So it's not always, yeah. So you're pretty much turn your hand to anything. Yeah.
I'll do Matchbox, Dinky, Corgi, whatever.
Right. Well,
Corgi, because they were such an innovative manufacturer. If you compare them to Dinky, they were more detailed figures in them. They were more.
Yeah.
They had really thought out engineering. Like you used to get the Mercedes limousine and the window wipe. The engineering and the stuff that went in to that was well beyond what Dinky did. But Dinky were more solid and tougher. But yeah, that's the reason why I'm favourite with Corgi.
Okay, so any of the boys anybody in the chat, by all means, if you've got any questions you want to ask Paul or JMO, leave us a comment. Any of the boys on the screen got a question for Paul?
Which center you prefer now, Jay?
Which one do I prefer? Hey?
Yeah, which channel you prefer now? I mean, which one you are more interested in, the diecast restoration or the railway?
At the moment, it depends where I've had a stressed out week, and at the moment, I've not done anything on either of them. It's as it comes. If I fancy doing the diecasts, I do that. If I fancy doing model railways, I do that. Really, it's just as a form of relaxing for me. And if it gets to a point where I had to say, I have to do one this Friday, or I have to do one, I wouldn't do it. Like, it's just an hobby, just for fun.
Yeah. I think sometimes if we forget that, then what's the point, really? That's.
I know sometimes there's people out there, they say, "Oh, why don't you release Friday?" And why don't? Because I'm not a TV station. I'm just doing it for a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And if somebody can get advice off it, or they can use something I've put on, fair go.
It's amazing how many different. We're talking about, what skills have you learned? It's amazing what we've learned. I mean, myself, JMO and Martin have known each other for about 4 to 5 years now. It's amazing what we've learned off each other and new products and processes in that period of time.
There's lots to be learned in different eras. I mean, I've done a bit of model railway and diecast and scale modelling. There's a lot of different skills in different areas that you can cross over. You know,
Yeah.
with your model railways, a lot of detail painting. There's a lot of landscaping and, you know, this sort of stuff. Scale modelling, it's all different sort of handling the parts, getting a nice paint finish if
Yeah.
you're doing cars. And diecast it's all part of the same community, if you know what I mean. They've all got crossover skills, which is always handy to have if you want to do a diorama with your diecast, and if you've got experience in model railway, it's not a problem, you know, and vice versa.
Hey, mentioning that, Martin, the other day I thought, I'll see how quick I can put that together. The Earthix starter Sherman.
Oh, the Sherman, yeah.
Yeah, the Earthix starter set.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll see how fast I can build it without the instructions and if I need them. And I built it all up and it were great. Fantastic. Then I thought, where did all the little parts go? You know, the headlights and everything.
Yeah.
And it were all assembled. And I looked at the instructions. And the first thing you do on it, turn the hull upside down and put them on from the inside.
Yeah.
Sorry, PJ.
Yeah.
I was cleaning
So I had to go about it, cutting the bottoms off them where they're located and just putting them in. Yeah. It still worked, but it'd have been better if I'd.
The problems I have with those early starter kits for Airfix and some of the others is the flipping tracks. You know, you're trying to stretch them that little bit.
These new ones they've done a good job of them. They're moulded in track.
Oh, right, yes, yeah, of course, yeah.
It's a lot easier and it's good detail. The tracks are better than they would be. And it's a quick build. It's just fun. I went to a steam rally last weekend in Cheshire, and there were one of stalls there, and they had 5 kits on. They had the Tiger Tank, 2 Shermans, and they had 2 Kitty Hawk aeroplanes, the starter sets, and I bought 3 of them, and I got 3 for £12 off them.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
It is. It was really cheap, and I thought, sod it, I'll go back for the other 2. And I bought the other 2 off them, and they went, oh, just because it was that lot. So I think I got all the lot for £20.
Yeah.
So bargain.
I know that Airfix is
Definitely a bargain.
You can go down to, if you keep your eye out on my favourite store on God's green earth, which is Lidl. Lidl do the Airfix starter kits. Although I was a little bit disappointed when I picked up the Wiley's Jeep. And by the time you put it together, it was no bigger than a matchbox.
Oh, tiny. Yeah, it's tiny. It's definitely a tiny little Jeep, that is. That's quite big.
I had 2 of them in my stash, Carl, and I've given both of them away.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Jamie. I gave one to Luke's lad, Owen.
Well, I found that you get the Willis Jeep with the Buffalo landing craft. That's a good little kit.
That's a good one. Have you seen the new release, the new mold, Martin?
No.
Oh, you open it, and it's a beautiful kit, but it's minute.
Yeah.
And they've put all stuff on, like separate headlamps and stuff. It's all microscopic parts.
Yeah,
so I've given one to Luke's lad because the new kit has a trailer in as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I feel sorry for that lad because he's going to end up with thousands and thousands of kids that we palm off onto him.
Yeah.
Do this.
Well, there's certainly get a learning curve out of it anyway.
Well, yeah. I gave him a USS Enterprise last week. That's about, I don't know, something like this. It's massive.
Yeah.
Anyway, anybody else before I go on to question 4?
No.
Right. Okay. JMO, It's like being on Mastermind, isn't it? It's like being on Mastermind. I love it. Plus, I can see the pressure. His ears are smoking before I've asked the question. How do you approach the restoration process? Technical, this one. From initial assessment to final touches, ensuring both accuracy and quality. Do you want me to repeat that?
I know what you're getting at, and I don't approach anything. I just bungle along.
Good lad. Question 5.
There's absolutely no preparation. I just pick it up and go for it.
Go for it.
I leave a lot of the screw ups out when I drop stuff, and like, I can't swear, but
I'm gonna pay
all them bits out.
JMO, you can swear away. You just say that you got Tourette's.
Hey, come on, I get away with that a lot at work.
You leave him alone. He's been really good so far.
I've been really good. Don't start me off, Michael.
So keep going.
Hey, remember, I'm the mad experimenter. I'll set anything off.
Yeah, we've still got the
No,
wind.
when I had
Michael, I don't know what's
Just to jump in there, I've got a message from Ian Hulley for you, JMO. And he says, nice to see you on the stream. He's like you, he has a few health problems, and he says keep on doing what you're doing, top bloke. So
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rick. Tell him thank you very
Yeah,
much.
well done.
but he can hear you on the stream. He's listening. He can hear you, but he can't message on the stream. So he's messaging me, and I'm relaying that to you.
Thank you very much, Ian. Much appreciated.
Well said, Ian. That's we love him. We love our JMO. So yeah, anybody. It's a hobby. What you can get out of it is all that. That's all that matters. Yeah. If it helps to ease the mind, stress relief. Well, I mean, we have our tavern. I think most of us join it just so we can let us head down on a Friday night and say what the hell we want and not get away with blue murder. But it's just a way of releasing some of the pressure from the week and. Well, being the 70s men's clubs back in the day, like, you know, we just let loose. So.
Well, I did the other day.
A youth club for the.
Sorry, Martin.
A youth club for the age challenged. That's what it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'm challenging the age, but it's not. I'm not winning.
Well, the other week as well, I do it to calm down. But sometimes it don't work, because the other week, through one thing or the other, like deaths of close friends and stress with work and other stuff going on, health reasons, I was just about 310% stress level.
Yeah.
And I was wrong, I tried. I not only tried making model kits, I tried making a biplane and one that was 1/44 scale.
Oh, wow.
So them two ended up snapped in half.
I ain't surprised. Yeah. I ain't surprised.
The biplane, I actually managed to build the biplane and I had the canopy mast. And I went into the back room to spray it. And I dropped it, and he done knocked a piece off. But my temper went, and I looked at it, and I just stamped on it. I thought, he wasn't that brilliant a kit. I've got he was one of the old, it was an old cheap piece. And, you know, Eastern Europe have a lot of model kit.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
They do some really good stuff now. They've come on, but it was one of the early ones, and I'd say the resin engine were the best part about the kit, and that were hidden behind the cowling.
Yeah. I mean, they used to have the old model kit company Nova years ago, which I think they took over from Frog, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, Nova.
I
think they were out of Russia, weren't they? Something like that.
They were Russian or Eastern European somewhere. But yeah,
He has got a bit of an encyclopedic knowledge as well, the boy has. So him and Martin between them,
Yeah.
are the people that we usually go to for. Martin,
Yeah,
what wheel size is this? JMO, have you got one of these? What's this look like? So the two boys between them are. It's like on the Restoration Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, we come knocking on your door, selling you the encyclopedia, mate. Yeah.
If he starts to sell you a volume 2, we ain't done a volume 2 yet.
Don't get volume 2.
Can't artist, you know what I mean? Be careful.
I'll have to still bless him, Nick in Ireland. I've got an MGB body shell for him, a Corgi one. Because I've got what I wanted off it to do.
Oh, might be a
He
fight.
has a broken body shell with broken air pillars and that. But I had one, an MGC.
The MGC, yeah.
Oh, might be a fight because I'm looking for spare parts for mine that I got off Luke. Oh.
Yeah, he had the... But he'd had a tailgate in it and he'd had the glass in as well. So I robbed that off it, and I'm sending Mick the body shell.
Let's just pick up a few of the chats before we go any further. So, Michael, are you putting comments in the chat and live on the screen at the same time? That's called cheating, son. That is. Where are we? Mick saying, "Hi, JMO." Some bloke from Australia saying, "Morning, Mick. I'm amazed at the details." That's Michael again. Michael's still in the chat. This is Michael on screen, by the way. That's filling the chat. That's it makes you wonder what's going on, really. Andy's saying, "I just sent Owen a McLaren." Well done, Andy. He's a lovely lad. Owen is as well.
Good lad he is. Yeah, he'll have more on the Diecast soon.
Where is he? Where is he tonight, Luke?
Oh, he's watching football.
Well, traitor. Play apps. Yeah, it's not England. Well, perhaps
Switzerland's just beat Italy.
Have they?
Yes, Switzerland beat Italy.
Well, they're out then. We have got the right side of the draw. Play apps are saying we're after the 9 p.m. watershed. That might be something to do with the language. Not when we talk about language barrier, it's not a language barrier because we don't understand each other. It's getting past the foul language barrier that we stumble against.
Being good.
He's been a legend tonight.
Being really good.
There's a lot of surprised people here tonight.
I've had a relaxed day at work. That's all I can say.
Good lad. Keep it up.
I've stayed out of the way.
I can't wait to see what he comes out with when we come off the air. All the actual start flowing.
Just going to get 10 minutes of constant expletives when we go off air.
Sir Rex Trent Derby.
just saving it up. Okay, PJ, you bitch. This is what you're getting back. You know, and I've got a torrent of abuse. Anyway, Mick is saying dig frog kits. Yes, and he's also saying cheers to JMO. That MG hasn't got that far yet, Mick. So I'm just saying that out loud. I'm joking. I hope you do an MG, mate. I love MGs. Right. I just put a file assessment. Question 5. Wow, we've only done 4. Are there specific tools or techniques that you find particularly effective or, innovative? I hate that word. Innovative in the diecast restoration field. Are there any specific tools or techniques you find? Let's stick with that bit. Find particularly effective?
Well, most tools are effective for a certain job. If you want the basics, you just want decent quality drill. Not the actual drill. You're better off as well with, if you're getting an actual drill, have a cordless. Because I had a carded and I was forever plugging it in, unplugging it, so I've got a cardless now. But good quality sharp drill bits.
Yeah,
I second
definitely,
that.
definitely.
The drill bits are a major,
Yeah.
major, yeah.
They're a major boon in it.
Yeah.
But it's a never-ending thing. You can, depending on what you do to individual vehicles, it can be never-ending. You'll get a, like Julius saw here, mini Dremel there,
Yeah.
Dremel there, and it can be never-ending. You can get on if you do some of the jobs initially by hand, like polishing windows and stuff. You can do it with a drill, 2mm. You can get a 2mm drill bit, and I've started using now actual hammering rivets. They're a little bit bigger than the 2mm, and they're an interference fit, so you can hammer them in.
All right. Okay.
And they have like teeth
Got a
on the
couple, haven't
outside
you?
to rip in.
Is that specifically on? Is that on a specific scale, JMO, or is that like 143 or 164?
You've got to have a decent like post
Right.
to use. You couldn't use it on some of the Matchbox early ones, the thin
Yeah.
posts.
Yeah,
Like
you
that.
need a decent sized post for it to work.
Yeah. For that, because you're drilling 2mm, so you're going to want at least 1mm each side.
Yeah.
So you're
Just
going to
look-
need a 4mm post at least.
Just on a quick technical note, I don't know what you've done, Michael, but your voice is a lot clearer now. You're not in a wind tunnel. I don't know what was going on there before. I think you solved some of your problems and don't confess to them. We've lost Martin. There we go. He'll be back, bless him. He's been trying all night. He's in a bit of a soft spot for the internet. Okay, question 6.
I
How
kicked
do
the
you
cat out. That's why my voice sounds better. I kicked the cat out.
kick the cat? Well, I'll get. Yeah, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to get myself banned again.
How dare you take that innocent little puddy cat?
Puddy cat. Yeah. Question 6. How do you source replacement parts for vintage or rare diecast models, and what challenges do you face in finding authentic components? Jessica, good evening, sir.
Well, a lot of the times I'll buy scrap blocks, and the unfortunate thing when you buy scrap blocks is usually if you get another model that's the same as yours that you want the part of, you can guarantee the part you want
Same parts broken.
either missing or broken.
Yeah.
So you have to go for repro a lot of the time. And I'll go to model supplies, or there's an individual companies on the internet, but some you just find that buy off model supplies and sell on and put a couple of quid on or whatever.
I was a little bit surprised. There is a site. Sorry, there is a company on eBay called, I think it's DTB, JMO.
Yeah.
They're like a competitor to Steve Flowers, and their prices on each pot has gone up by like £1 since when they first started, and that's only within a couple of years. And I will say, I mean, we're gonna give our honest opinion on these parts that we get, whether it's me, JMO, Luke, Laz. I know Laz has had some problems recently with parts. Michael mix and matches where he gets his parts from. I think it'd be fair to say, Michael.
Yes, I've had parts from Steve Flowers. I've had parts from Recovered Toy. They say they're from Australia, but I believe they're sort of a reseller for Steve Flowers. That's what I believe.
We've got the Dalek effect back. I don't know what you.
I was going to say, Michael, can you do
Yep.
me a favour?
I'll try.
Just say exterminate.
Exterminate.
This
Exterminate.
The first time it's been clear. How did that work?
Laz wants to raise. If we just have a set, Laz wants to raise a point. Go on, Laz.
Yeah, this is repro flat door from Steve Flowers. Look at
Yeah.
The thing I've found with repo parts, and you'll have noticed it a lot,
Go on, Gemma.
they can be variable quality. Some are good,
Yeah,
and some are bad.
Yeah, but I just did fitted this windscreen, for example, into this car, and I had to work on the windscreen. It's brand new windscreen. So
just turn your volume up a bit, Laz. You're very quiet.
let me check.
Had to open window. I'm just letting me pet moth out.
Are you sure the 8-legged spider isn't chasing after it, Jomo?
I've got enough of them up in corner here.
He's got a living.
I've got a cracking picture. I'll have to put it up on DMC. I took a photo in corner of my room of the spider that took a wasp. Amazing. I've got the spider bundling it up in silk, and the wasps stings out like that towards the spider. It's a fantastic.
I really could say something there, Jomo, but we're not in the tavern.
No,
Control yourself. I'm being good.
It's like a living, breathing diorama in his house.
Let's just say it like the boss selected Teddy.
Let's not ruin it while we're on a roll. You know what I mean?
You have to go and watch boss selector now.
Even when he's not. Yeah. We'll quit while we're here. Question 7.
I'm not being rude.
Can you share any memorable stories or experiences from your time as a diecast restorer, perhaps involving a particularly unique or sentimental project? Now, it doesn't have to be a model, because I know you do painting as well, so I'm not trying to lead you by that. Whatever you think is.
If I had to say one from me painting, it was a red arrows over Blackpool painting I did. Right. And I actually took silverware for that one at my local art group. I won the comp. So I'm engraved on the trophy for that.
Good lad.
Well, that quarter. We did it quarterly, the comp. But as for diecasts, I don't really get attached to a degree. I do them, and I enjoy doing them when I do them, and they're nice to stick them up on the shelf. But I get more out of it meeting you guys and going ciphers.
Yeah.
And stuff every day out.
Yeah.
J-Mo, I do know one vehicle that's very memorable to you, because I got a part
don't
from
bring that one up. That one got an hammer through it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It should be very memorable.
Oh, it's memorable. It got an hammer through it, Andrew. It just freaked me out. No, it was weird. That one, there was just something about the casting. I sprayed it 3 times, and every time it reacted in the same area, and I stripped it off, I cleaned it. It just did me. And then the last time when I actually got it near good and then dropped it, and it hit the same area again, I went, that's it, I'm out. Oh.
Steady now. I can see where this is going. It's not going to end well.
It doesn't want restoring, it's having it.
And I got the spoiler part to it, and pretty much the same thing happened to my Audi, but I did not put a hammer to it.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, I think Og is absolutely loading the gun and giving you bullets to fire, which is not going to end well.
But yeah, there are some that stick out more. Thinking about it, one I did enjoy, I did the Corgi music box Anglia ice cream bar.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember
And I
that.
got the music box working on it again.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah, that
music
was a
box
good achievement,
broke.
one.
And that was a interesting one.
Um,
And then I found out afterwards I could have got replacement chimes from China. They do loads of music boxes with all different tunes.
all right,
But
okay.
I did the original Corgi tune on it. I restored it and it's playing right and it's a nice restore.
Let's just nip into the chat because my mate Laz is lost he's lost his role. You know what I mean? I can't believe it.
I don't have the laptop open.
You don't have the lot. You did say that. I do apologise, mate. You're right. Useless.
Yeah, that's another one.
Anyway,
That's
Yes.
another one as well, Paul, for a reason.
Go on, mate. Sorry.
I did the Chevy Impala Kennel Club because
Yeah.
he'd had a good memory for me with me mum when I was a kid. I went dentists and had shit done and stuff. I've said shit, never. But yeah, I'd had stuff.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
I'll get off with that. It's not too bad, that one. But no, I had stuff done. And when I come out, she said, "Oh, you behaved well," and bought us the Kennel Club Chevrolet Impala.
Oh, right. Okay. Wow. Okay. Cool.
And it was lovely. And over the years, as you do, I'd lost it. So I didn't want to buy a mint box one. I thought it'd have been nicer getting one and restoring it for the memory.
I think
I mean, it's bad enough trying to buy reasonably priced models that you can work on, but to get that Kennel Club one in pristine condition, the price is ridiculous on to buy one.
Well, that one's mint now because I actually sliced off the refractive sticker so I could reuse it once it was painted. And I bought new chrome. I thought, I'm not wasting my time doing chrome paint. I'll just buy the proper chromed plastic. So it's mint, that one now. And I've done the Chipperfields one as well, the performing poodles. But I prefer the Kennel Club because I've got that
Kennel Club one to do. I'll keep putting it to one side, but I will do it. Yeah.
They're a nice model. They are nice done.
Is that what is that the one that's got the 4 separate dogs in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You've got an Alsatian, I think it's 2 poodles and a little mongrel thing.
Yeah. I mean, an example of that is that if you replace them dogs, they're £4 each.
Another thing why that were good for me, my mum, when I was a kid, she nicked the mongrel one off the little grey and white one, and she kept it in her purse as a lucky mascot.
Wow. Okay.
And she kept it all the way till she died and stuff. Bless her. And she still had it when she passed away a good few years later. But she went bingoing everywhere, that dog.
He's as soft as grease, the lad is. And while I think about it, I'm just going to nip into the chat just to pick up on some of these comments.
Yeah, no worries.
But I think we can all say a big thank you because his generosity in sending out vehicles. I think Mick's already picked up on it in the chat saying thank you. The amount of stuff that JMO sent me and other people. Bless you, mate, for doing stuff like that. Our community is fantastic for sharing stuff. It's amazing the stuff that the guys will go to share parts and what have you.
Yeah.
So thanks for that, buddy. It's not gone. It doesn't go unnoticed.
I know. I enjoy it. I mean, I've lost count of plastic kits.
Yeah, I know.
I sent out about 7 to Luke's lad. I think he was.
You did, JMO.
I think it was about.
Absolutely made up with him.
He's going to have his own shed now, isn't he? He's going to have to build another one, Luke.
Through all you lads, he's got a right selection there. He really has. Yeah. Oh, and JMO, I'll send you paint out, mate, next week for you. Your 2K lacquer and the hardener. And I'll put some finish out as well for you, Pop. I'll have a try of that.
Sounds like, yeah, what do you call it? Awesome.
Yeah, we might have to start a new status in the tavern called Legendary Taverner. So we'll give that a bit of thought. Yeah, we'll give that a bit of thought.
Yeah, the thing is though, I've sent about 7 kits out to Luke's lad. I've bought 10 since.
It's just an excuse, really, then, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so.
All right, let's jump into the chat. Apologies to people in the chat. Jestiger, howdy doody gang. Welcome, Jestiger. It's good to see you again, mate. Play apps. JMO, really like the A-Team Ford Gran Torino. That you did.
Yeah, it was just an idea I come up for. I actually run out of time for the day for doing with work commitments and that. I wanted to put a bit more into the video, but I just didn't get a chance. So.
Oh, that's where you did the Starsky and Hutch and changed it.
Yeah,
from,
the Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah.
All the John Inman is Huggy Bear.
Jessica, thanks. Somebody called Gravesend Australia Diecast. Evening, Jessica. Michael, I don't think you got the gist of this idea yet, but we'll work on it. Andy's saying I like to use Kev's banger races for parts. Kev is another legendary giver of parts. He sent me back a bit, and to be fair, as is Andy himself, and the boys on the screen now. We all swap parts. Well, if we've got them, especially if we have a meetup, which is fantastic. Myself, JMO, Luke, Martin have met up before. Me and Luke met up recently. Go to an antiques fair, and I believe Andy and Kev met up recently. So this is how this community has developed over the years. Like it's fantastic. I'm really.
It is a good
sense of pride, really. I don't want to sound prideful, but it's a sense of pride. I like to use Kev's banger races for parts. Mick Manley, paint it red. Ooh.
Yeah, I've got
paint it red. Thinks having a dig at you there, Michael.
I was going to say I've got one on the bench at the moment that I got parts off Kev.
He's a good lad, Kev is.
To finish that video off, I've got a large scale polystill Jag.
So if you haven't joined, there are some people that I know that haven't joined the tavern in recently, or in fact at all. This is what the tavern is, but it's a little bit more. It's how would Peter Kay put it? A bit of blue for the dads. A bit of blue for the dads is what the tavern is on a Friday night. But it's exactly the same procedure that we've got going on here.
That's the one, Michael. I'm doing it,
Michael.
but mine's bright red.
Oh, Jack.
That's the one Luke sent me Spurs for. I've got that one on the bench at the moment.
Okay. So I owe Kev. Andy's saying I owe Kev a beer. I've been asked to do a Ford Gran Torino banger too. Oh,
there you go.
Now that'd be a thing to see, wouldn't it? I'm going to ask the
Kev mentioned before he's doing one with the caravan. Is he asking? Oh, Kev, if you're there, mate, is he bangering that one with the caravan?
Are you bangering it? Are you having a banger caravan, Kev?
Obviously, with the car.
What theme are you going to put on the? Martin,
that's a better way to put it.
What theme are you giving to your Gran Torino and caravan? Are the two connected? What's the theme? Wow, a lot to go on there just in the chat. Welcome back, Martin.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's all right, mate. Don't worry. We haven't got past question 4 yet, or have we?
Okay, bloody hell.
You could do it purple and call it Torval and Van.
The Volvo and Corgi car. Oh, so
nearly works.
Hi, Lukey. Lukey. I'm just saying that.
Bye,
I'll just say that again. Hi, Lukey. Got friends again, haven't you?
That's
Yes,
a little pet name for him.
I'm doing a car and caravan banger. Good lad, Kev. It's a
I
Volvo
look forward to that.
Corgi caravan. Okay. Thanks, Kev. We're not on question 4, Martin. I was just winding you up. We're not much further though. As a dark as we're perhaps involved, we're on question 8. In your opinion, Mr. James, what sets apart a well-executed restoration from a mediocre one, and what aspects do you prioritize to achieve excellence? Wow. So what's a crap one and what's a good one in your opinion?
A lot depends on what they're after and what you can get. Restorers that'll do a Corgi spot on original to how it'd have been with the rivets and everything, or Matchbox, you can get it factory. Or one guy I used to like with his pen was Matchbox Resurrection. And I'm being honest, Luke's getting towards his skills, albeit on bigger vehicles, but Luke's getting towards his paint quality. The two are good on paint. Because his customs, though, you look at him and but the money he must have spent towards that channel, because he had laser cutting for doing vinyl masks and hey up, I'm quiet. He had laser cutting for doing vinyl masks, and he printed his own decals, and he did some impressive stuff. I like that one where he did the gold leaf, then did the decal over the top.
He
did some.
He put a lot of money into it, but
he spent a lot of money.
He partnered up with a fellow when with the 3D printing for a while, and but he also went to chase the YouTube dollar type thing to get the to be monetized, and that's and then before he shut down, he did mention something that it wasn't worth it anymore because
it wasn't working out for him. Well, that's the problem, right? You can make some money to pay for some of your gear and that, but you have to have millions of views to make it worth it.
I don't think it's the right thing to do YouTube for money. If that's all you're after, I don't think YouTube. I don't think so. Just to go after the money on it, I don't think that's right. I put them up there just to share what I do to for other people.
We are not in the right. What we do is not the right niche for making money on YouTube. It really is.
Well, the thing is, as
go on, James. Sorry, mate.
It's all right. You've got to have that knowledge and enjoyment of it to show through on your channel, enjoying what. Because you can tell some of them that are just doing it for money.
Well, I'll give you an example. How much effort I've backed off a bit, but the amount of effort that us guys have put into the detail of how we go about doing a process, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I watched a video of a lad and his mate who've got the new airsoft from Nerf, and they chase each other around in a mini war. And the guy has brought a block of flats off the back of that. He's got something like 3 million subscribers. He's just playing with the latest Nerf gun, and I'm not shooting the guy down. If you can find that market, fantastic. Right? But
that's it. But at the same time, you've to have millions of viewers to make it worthwhile. There's a Geordie lad, I don't know whether you've ever seen him, and he does all sorts of daft stuff, and his channel is good. But the other week, he's putting money in himself, so he's obviously getting it back. But he bought
there's
these mystery things offline. He just spent money online and bought mystery. And he said, we spent about 10 grand, I think he went something silly. And at the end of it, they bought a load of shit. The only decent thing they bought something like an 800cc bike. And they brought it in. He said, have I bought that?
That sounds like me on a Saturday morning, doesn't it?
There is money to make. There is money to make. I'll try again. There is money to be made with YouTube. It's finding the niche for it, because there was a fella in Sydney last week. He's the most viewed person on YouTube. And he's monetized so well that he was able to give away 4 Teslas and a Lamborghini in Sydney last week from the money that he gets from YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot of advertising.
Nice,
Once you get into that,
Well,
you get into the
thing is,
advertising market.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, Martin, how many are going to subscribe to your videos and watch you if they think they're going to get a free Tesla?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you'll get that. I mean, there's a guy that I follow who he's an English guy, and it's beard meets food. He goes around does all the food challenges.
Yeah.
And the guy's got 3.5 million to 4 million subscribers. You know, and he's just an ordinary guy going out. You know, he does a good video. It's enjoyable to watch. You know, and he goes all over the country, and sometimes Germany, America, Canada. Yeah.
He's also got an ambulance following him and a doctor.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not a big guy. He's quite slim actually. He looks after himself. But
well, I think the idea behind that is that they kind of, I wouldn't say they starve themselves. That's a bit unfair, like. But
no, he doesn't. No, he don't starve himself.
I imagine they go with a pretty empty stomach before they're going to eat one of these big meals, like. You know.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's like you say, it's getting that. It's finding that interest that people want to follow. You know, it happens in all sorts. It's a lot of the car guys go out there now, and it's all this. Or they go out in the middle of nowhere and they find an abandoned vehicle. Or will it run? Can I drive it 4,000 miles? Yeah, I mean that was okay for one person to do it, but then all of a sudden, because of the views, everybody latches onto that process, and they all start doing it, and then it becomes very samey.
Yeah.
Somebody goes out there and they pick a car out of the woods, drag it out, start it up. Yeah, look, I've started it up. But it becomes, like I said, samey.
No, we've got six people online now doing the same thing already.
You do,
One guy I watched doing that. I watched Vice Grip Garage in America.
That's him. Yeah.
Because him is an entertainer as well. He's got a brilliant sense of humour. He's funny.
Yeah.
He's very watchable. You never know what he's going to say next, and he's very.
I think he was the first. He was the first one to do that. Fix it up and drive it so many thousand miles or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, there's some good channels out there. Some really good ones. I mean, I'm subscribed to quite a lot.
He's done
some very, very good channels out. Whether it be salvage, whether it be starting old cars, whether it be restorations. There's one guy I watched there. He doesn't come on very often, but he's built, or he's middle of building. It's a 3D printed Morris Marina pickup, and it is like it's huge. It's massive.
Yeah.
You know, and he's built it with all the details and the engine and everything else.
Oh.
And he does all sorts of oddball stuff like that. You know.
I'm just seeing the resin prices going round in my eyeballs, you know.
Have you ever watched that guy that all he does, I'm saying all he does, buys accident damaged supercars?
Yeah, Adam,
Matt Armstrong.
Yeah, that's it. Matt Armstrong. Yeah. From Leicester.
He started just by Copart, wasn't it? Just buying one from Copart. And look at his channel. Millions now.
Yeah, I think he did.
I know he's been to a Turkish dentist.
Yeah. Matt Armstrong, ex-BMX rider from Leicester.
Yeah.
Let's nail these last two before we open it up to God knows what could possibly happen next. Question 9, Jamer, bless you. Thanks for sticking with it. How do you stay updated on the latest trends, techniques, and materials in diecast restoration? And are there any ongoing challenges in the field that you've come across?
No, again, no, not really. I don't keep up to date with the latest trends. To me, I treat it how I used to treat my photography. I used to do black and white and colour developing and printing, and I did the photography. And people who saw me and my mate doing it, we worked from a studio and I were freelance, but they used to call our work in like dark room. They used to call us bucket chemists because we write. It's about right temperature. And we used to get results, we got good stuff. So but I take that approach. I just try anything. I've been in women's act, when I was doing customs. First, when I first started my channel, I go out and buy nail varnish and cellulose thinner and shoot it through the airbrush. And I got some custom finishes doing that.
Yeah, he also got banned from the shops as well.
He was our English version of Michael. He'd go out and try anything, and there's a bloke there. He's hanging about in the nail varnish section. I don't know what he's after.
But actually, what I do, and for model railway as well, I go through like women's shops like that, and because it's amazing the stuff you can buy that they sell for 5 times more for modelling.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Like manicure sets, you can get a set of clippers for like model sprues and that. I got one in a pound shop.
Haberdasheries, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
they might
you got
not last long, and they might not be fantastic.
Sanding sticks and.
Yeah, you can get your sanding sticks. You can get sponges for dabbing paint on. You can get mini sticks to use and that for. The ones that look like dog's willies, the ones with a little. They have a little bit of sponge on the end.
We were so close.
Yeah, I know what you're on about. Yeah.
No, what it is, it's like a little wand, and it has.
Too late. You now said dog's willies. It's just too late.
I have. I can't help it. Sometimes.
No, that was a clean version of a dog's willy. It was all right.
Yeah. We'll get the legit version after this.
We passed the watershed.
Yeah.
All right, the dogs.
Steady.
And there we go.
Bite that
Question.
bottom.
No, but they're like a little wand.
Right.
They're like a little wand and a little piece of heart-shaped sponge on the end.
I know the sort. Yeah.
Okay.
They're that good for weathering. They're included in Tamiya weathering compacts.
Oh yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but you can get a bag of them for like £1 at pound shop.
Well, I think
About 30 of them.
Paul Restorer uses that makeup sponge stuff to push his windscreen and keep them sealed in while they're drying on his glue.
Yeah,
as well.
You can use sponge for masking.
Yeah.
In certain areas, stick it inside.
Yeah.
And it bounces out to fill like window areas. And
And to be fair, on a Friday night, there's many times that somebody will come online and say, I found this new product, or I found this tool or whatever that I've tried out, and we'll share ideas on a. That's what it's like, almost like a round table of ideas. Doesn't last all night. Probably lasts about 10 minutes, to be fair. But
You've been lucky, yeah, 5 minutes.
we do have a session of sharing ideas.
Yeah, but it does give you.
And then in our field, though, there's only certain. You can only go so far with your ideas, can't you? Really, I mean, at the end of the day, if you look at what you're doing, there's a big array of paint strippers out there. There's a big array of paint applications, whether it be rail can, airbrush, whatever, and things like removing the wheels. Obviously, now that we've got we can get our hands on the pullers for the corgi toys, which is a very good idea. And peening over, really. I mean, people have tried quite a few different methods of peening over successfully, and it always resorts back to the hammer, you know, because it's all about, to me, when I'm peening over, it's all about the feel and technique. Yeah. I learned in the early days when I did my corgi transporter, I was hitting it too hard. And some of the axles say, well, Ben, you think, oh, I've got a nice round head on that. And then you look down and your axle's bent like a donkey's iron leg. You know, and you think, oh, flipping heck. And then, but you learn different axles have got different thicknesses. They're softer, harder than others. You know,
the most important thing to learn, Martin, is not to be impatient.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because if you try to push it, you'll bend the axle.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It'll go. If you have to give it 1,000 dips, it'll peen over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it'll go over.
It does help if you've got the right hammer. Because if you're using something like a ball peen hammer, it's just going off. You know what I mean? You're looking for a flat hammer or something like the square-headed hammer, just to be able to not lose
some
control.
people use the ball peen hammer because it's rounded. It's not going to.
Yeah.
How can I say? A square hammer is good, but if you slip off, you know, but the round hammer will just do it. It will work. Yeah, I use a small like a cobbler's hammer, you know, not too heavy, and just light taps, you know. But I found if you've got room to grind off, the top edge, just to give a burr before it helps you just tap it round a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what I found. If you've got room.
We're going to nail this then with question 10, mate. This one became a little bit complicated, so we swapped it out for. What's your favourite model you've done? Wow.
I don't have. That's what I say. I don't.
Matchbox commuter.
Don't really have the favourite. No, don't. Do
The commuter.
What is that? Is that up here?
I'll never forgive him for that.
Yeah, Matchbox commuter.
Intercity.
The intercity commuter. Yeah.
That's the one, Michael. Intercity commuter.
Yeah.
For those.
Quite a nice car.
That want to see the results. That was where I went with it. It's heavily modded.
I like it.
Yeah.
The challenge was, for those that don't know, was take an intercity commuter and what was it? Make it more interesting.
Make him up.
Yeah.
Make it more. And Martin Dare's resolution was, I'll let him quote it because. Go on, Martin. What was you going to do with yours initially?
Turn it upside down, take the base off it, use it as a skip. And that was it.
Correct. That was his solution, right?
It had to be. I mean, it was a nice model back in the day, but time hasn't been kind to that model.
No, it looked like the push me pull you from Dr.
And it's one of the most boring ones in the range.
But to be honest,
said that, we come up with some good ideas. We come up with some good ideas on that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was ahead of its time. It was ahead of its time, and I had a couple of them as a kid, and I thought they're brilliant. But as they aged, you thought, God, it's one of the times that it's not a good one.
We did do some specifics back in the day. we did do some specific challenges that would now be a little bit more difficult because we tried to keep our challenges nowadays generic. So, do a corgi, do a dinky, do something else, paint it blue, blah, blah, blah. But we had I remember George saying, do the futuristic.
Well, it's cyberpunk, he asked.
Cyberpunk. Thank you, mate. Cyberpunk. So basically, I took the wheels off something and put thrusters underneath it and this kind of thing. And then we had the intercity commuter that JMO came up with so to make it more interesting. And as Martin says, we come up with some brilliant ideas. And everybody's going, well, that sounds like a shit idea. But actually, when we did it, it come out pretty well.
Had a swimming pool in back.
Yeah, I had a swimming pool, outboard motor and everything. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Now, see, if you did that challenge over again, now that you've got your 3D printers, look at all the different variety that you could get out of it.
Yeah.
Two swimming pools.
Two swimming pools. Yeah.
You're not selling it to them, Michael.
No,
I know. I wasn't trying to.
There is no way on God's green earth I'm ever going to restore one of them cars again. Thanks to that.
Put it this way: if you don't want them, just send them down under.
You've got no room when I say that. That's not true.
If there's enough of them, I'll build a house with one. How's that for imagination?
All right, we've still got the warbles, Michael. I don't know what's causing it.
We've got the Dalek back.
We've got the Dalek effect. I don't know what's going on.
Oh dear.
So let's just go back to the chat for a moment. So Kev said the Volvo and Corgi Caravan, Team 3 litre mag for the Gran Torino. Right. And Kev also said, have you tried my beers I gave you, Andy? And Andy says, yes, I have the Claw one. Excellent. Now, here's the thing, Kev. If you're going to bring sweets to school, bring enough for the old class. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? That's what they taught me as a kid. If you brought sweets to school, hand them out to all your friends and make sure you've got enough for everybody. Just joking. Yes, the Claw one. Kev saying, great, Andy. Mick, well done, JMO. Jestiga. Pimpy used to have a dog named Richard. Is this true?
Careful now.
Right.
Oh.
Everyone used to say, here comes Pimpy and his... Right, there we go. Let's just finish that right on.
He's a bad boy, Jerry.
Yeah, I know what he's come out with.
He's trying to bait you. Jerry's trying to bait you.
Dog named Richard. Yes, short for Richard. Yeah. So, just as good. Just
how do you say? Bob and Dick. How do you say? Richard and Robert had a retriever without saying any R's. You've probably got it now.
Yeah. Jessica's also saying 2 hits with the flat of the ball peen hammer, then use the ball end to round over. Yeah. And Kev's saying, I think he's replying to me there. Kev's saying, yeah, okay. I don't think we're going to get the beers, boys. I think so.
Yeah.
So there we go. JMO, bless you. You did well there, son, for getting through all that. I'm proud of you.
I'm not spoiling it. You only mentioned the dogs, Willie.
Yeah. I think we got off light. You said shite once and dogs, Willie. I think that's.
Yeah, I've done good.
That's the result for us. So open house, really. If anybody of the boys have got any questions, anybody else in the chat's got anything for JMO while he's here, and I think the other good thing that Ian mentioned was it's good to see some of the guys on screen that they don't normally see. Martin's usually behind the camera. JMO's usually behind the camera. Laz is pretty much normally behind the camera. I think you don't.
I had a few.
Yeah.
I did show my face.
He has to keep the fan club. He has to fight back and keep his face off to stop the fan club from pestering him. So that's why.
No. It's Interpol. It's Interpol.
Oh, that might be it. Yeah. Where's all our diecast gone? Yeah.
Let's face it, you don't want this on camera.
No. Well, I can't argue with that.
A friend took me portrait the other week to put on his fireplace to keep. He was for keeping the kids away from the fire.
Yeah.
No, how have we managed to? It started. We've got 2 hours, boys. So we've
2 hours. Yeah.
The boys have done good. My thanks, as always, to the guys for doing this with us. We do this every fortnight now to make up for our license costs. I'm gonna do the old marketing campaign now. We have a Patreon site. If you want to help us just to pay for the license to keep this up and running, please go and join it. It's in the chat down below on the YouTube channel. It's much appreciated. Come and join if you're not already. I think most of the guys, to be fair, in the chat are already members of the DMC Facebook channel. If you haven't joined the tavern, just come once, just for the experience of hearing an unchained, unmuted Paul James. Yeah. We'll ask him the same 10 questions, and it might be a completely different set of results.
Yeah. You'll never be the same again.
Never be the same again.
What do you mean it might be?
I tell you what, though, J-Mo, them Valium are working well.
Then what?
Them Valium are working well.
Valium, yeah.
Valium, on it.
Right.
I could have done with some last week, Martin.
Yeah, I'll bet, mate.
I know. Michael's got the warbles for some reason. We don't know what's going on there. But my thanks to Michael for jumping in.
Thank you, Michael. Cheers, Michael. Appreciate that, mate.
Thanks to Martin for sticking with it, because he's now probably as stable and clear as he has been all night. He's been.
I know.
Yeah.
I think the football's finished. I think everyone's on football.
Go on, J-Man.
You know what it is? I think he's part Kookaburra. I think you were adopted by Kookaburra.
I'm so happy you said Kookaburra, because that could have gone wrong as well.
It could have gone downhill.
So to round it up then, join us in 2 weeks' time. We'll be on another topic rather than a guest. I can't remember what it is we've got coming up next time round, but join us again in 2 weeks' time. I'll try and remember to put it up a bit earlier on the Facebook channel. So my thanks to Luke. Thank you, buddy. My thanks to Laz.
No problem. Cheers, guys.
My thanks to Michael. My thanks to Martin, legend, and our special guest. He's much loved amongst us.
I'm special.
Mr. James, Mr. J-Mo. It's been a pleasure as always. And
I'm definitely special.
You are a special case. No arguing about that. So it's goodbye from us. It's goodbye from me.
I'm allowed to say that because I do have disabilities.
It's surprising how much you can get away with by saying, I've got a disability, you know.
Yeah, I am disabled. I can say that sort of shit.
You can say whatever the hell I like. Let me just make sure I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Kevin's saying, join the tavern if you can get on. Wow. The tavern is in education. That's true. I'll have the tavern. Right. Jessica, you're more than welcome to join us. Perhaps. Thanks all. Jessica, cheers, gents. Andy, cheers, everyone. Cheerio, guys. To the guys in the chat, especially, this makes this for us. It makes it for us. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys.
Guys, good night.
And especially a shout out to Ian, who's been contacting us through Martin. Bless you, Ian. Thanks for doing that for us, mate.
Cheers, Ian.
So we're away, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Right. Cheers.
See you in 2 weeks. Adios. Tatty pie.